What is up, guys? It's your favorite transparent YouTuber, Transparent Hoodie, back again to bring you another video. I feel like it's been a very long time since I got on the mic to actually record and do a video for you guys. But um, I feel like at this point it's kind of self-explanatory. Do I need to do I need to tell you guys what's been going on outside of just the things that's been happening in the world and stuff? I'm just trying to, I guess, reevaluate a lot of things when it comes to just my YouTube channel and when it comes to just my Twitch streaming, YouTube streaming. Honestly, I feel like I've just been reevaluating a lot of things recently, and unfortunately I haven't been in a situation, or I haven't been in a place where I can actually produce videos on top of just like I want to say maybe I've definitely been thinking more than producing, and I definitely want to change that moving forward, because like a lot of you guys like been showing me crazy and massive amounts of support on like my older videos. People still comment on my older videos, and people still ask me questions to this day, whether it's just people that stop by on the channel and to leave questions to get answered or whatever, or people that I would frequently game with or ask to game with me. They'll ask me questions about this game. But first things first, I feel like I have an obligation to like my channel. So like I'm answering all my channel asked questions first, which isn't a lot. Like it isn't a lot. And you guys don't ask me like crazy questions. So I'm going to bang out all Yu-Gi-Oh related questions. And this is only for Yu-Gi-Oh. So I mean, it's in the title, but if you were confused for whatever reason you were confused for, this is only for Yu-Gi-Oh. Frequently asked questions about Yu-Gi-Oh. So question number one, I got this from my DDD video. Diva commented, "Can you make a deck list for obviously the deck, the DDD deck?" Yes. I don't know how viable that deck is going to be now, because the game has updated and certain things are now banned, other things are now limited, other things don't work in the deck no more, and now the deck also has stronger and better utility. So I don't know if you still want that same particular deck profile, but I might just update the deck and I might just use a different variant of DDDs. DDDs has definitely been giving me, like, it's been giving me as a player struggle, only because like DDD isn't like my go-to deck. I love the deck archetype, I love the character that utilizes the deck in the series, but like it's not a deck I constantly and consistently play all the time. So right now I'm kind of like in this relearning stage of the deck. But don't worry, like I said, more videos is coming out of different deck play. DDD is 100% going to be one of them. All right. Next question. He left this question on my grinding tip video. So I've beaten all the duels against Yuri and reverse ones. How come I haven't unlocked Yuri's invoked list? Because I made the same mistake as well. Yuri is not the one that have invoked. So hold on. Is he? Let's find out right now for you. So I pretty much done all the duels. Is this someone in? Nah, I think it's definitely someone in. Let's see, who has invoked? True Draco. Nah, yeah. So you have to go to Duelist challenges. So for some reason, I just thought, for whatever reason, Yuri wasn't the one that had it, but he does have it still. He's just in Duelist challenges. Like, I'm guessing you're playing on campaign. After you beat the campaign and you duel against Yuri, well, I don't even think you need to really beat the campaign. You just need to finish the 2 duels against Yuri. So you need to duel him twice. So this is your first duel against him. I think you duel him one more time, right? Yep, you duel him one more time. After this time, you pretty much unlock him. You can unlock him in Duelist challenges, and then once you do that, you can pretty much get the Invoke deck that you want. That question was from Drift HGZ. What's the next question? Okay, so this is the next and last question on YouTube anyway. So this question comes from Super Kichoro. What's actually a good deck to beat your way through story mode, like the DM story? Is pretty easy, but when you get to V Reigns, the Ultrageist, etc., it gets pretty tough. So yeah, you're not the only one. me and my friend Street King, pretty much he was just viewing me as I was playing the matches. Like V Reigns is probably one of the more difficult story modes of this whole story. Like out of all the Yu-Gi-Ohs, V Reigns is the most difficult out of all the other storylines. Only because like the deck archetypes that they use is very oppressing, especially if you're using like a weaker tier deck. Their decks are super oppressing. Like if you're buying this game for the first time, because obviously the people on the Switch, they already had the game for a while, so I'm pretty sure that most of them are in a situation where they have decent decks already for the new content. But people that are buying this for the first time for Xbox, PlayStation, or PC or Steam, pretty much like you're gonna be having to use like the starter deck, and that's the one thing that just sucks about this game, man. Like that starter deck, it's rough. It's really really rough. Like unfortunately, I had no choice because like at the time I was just trying to accumulate as much points as possible, and I wasn't just going to go to the card shop and just farm for random cards I don't want. Like I actually wanted to make decks. So pretty much like pretty much what I've done was I just kept on dueling in all the different story modes. Whatever deck that a victory would have gotten me, whatever cards that a victory would have gotten me from the story mode, I would have just incorporated it into my like basic deck if I felt like it would work or help me in any way. And yeah, I just kind of went through it. The toughest duels for me so far that was in story mode was definitely Varus, um, Ghost Gal, and that's pretty much it. Varus, Ghost Gal, and I want to say Soul Burner was pretty good too. Soul Burner was really really good. Believe it or not, like Blue Angel, Blue Gal, Blue Maiden, like that character, she didn't give me as much problems that I've been hearing other people's been giving them problems. Like she's pretty much a really hardcore like RNG duelist. Like her deck really revolves around her getting the right amount of like getting the right setup at the right time. And fortunately for me, I didn't have to deal with her crazy setup. I think I lost her maybe once or twice, but then after that it was pretty much like smooth sailing. So yeah. But to answer your question though, I feel like the best deck you can make is probably going to be something like this. Like, I know everybody has their own different variants of Exodia, but this is my variant, and for the most part, it works. I'm still, I guess you could say, playing around with the deck by just adding more cards that give you draw power, because that's the beautiful thing about the way how story mode is. Your cards don't always have to be legal for you to be able to use them in story mode. It doesn't matter. You can use however many ban cards you want in story mode, which is really dope. So for me, this is the deck that I use to pretty much get me past Duelist challenges and my reverse duels. So when I played the game for the first time, I had to use the original deck. But once I beat every single story mode with the original, or I guess the game-given deck, I pretty much went straight for Exodia and started opening packs just to get cards that give you draw power. If you guys need a link to know where all the cards are, I'll definitely leave a link in the description. Also, I'll let you know in a separate video like what I feel like could be like some of the better packs that you could open if you're just looking to open packs for decent cards. If you're not really building archetypes or you don't have no intentions of building a particular archetype, then I can tell you some of the better packs to open just for good utility cards that would be usable and viable in any deck. So I'll make a separate video for that. Just stay tuned for that. So yeah. So hopefully that helped you out. Super. If anything, I wish you the best of luck. The story mode is not easy, and I'm happy that it isn't, because it does give you a decent challenge. It does make the game feel a little bit more challenging compared to some of the other series. I would say like the challenge starts coming in probably around like the Zexal era. Like, let's just say this: Yu-Gi-Oh! GX and 5Ds are easy. Zexal is medium. Arc V to V Reigns is gonna be hard. And it all just depends on what deck you use. If you're using something that's strong or powerful, like Thunder Dragons, Blue Eyes, if you know how to use Blue Eyes, or you're using something along the lines of like Evil Eye, Shaddolls, anything like that, obviously you're going to have an easier time dealing with all of this. But if you're playing this for the first time and you're using the starter deck while you're just trying to add cards here and there, yeah. Easy, medium, hardest. Okay, so now those are all my YouTube comments. I hope I answered the questions to the best of your abilities. And also, if you guys unfortunately need more guidance for whatever reason for those questions that you did ask, or you guys have different varying questions, leave it in the comment section down below. I'll answer all those questions in this video. I'll stay on this video for maybe a couple of weeks just to see who comments what, and I got you guys. Do not worry. So these are other questions that were just thrown at me through like PlayStation messages or whatever, and just random questions that I get from people that I guess I frequently game with, if you want to say that. So yeah, number one question I always get asked when people see me play this game: is it worth the $40? That is a very hard pill to swallow, but honestly, I would say like this game is not worth $60. I mean, no, whoa, I said $60, my fault. This game, unfortunately, isn't even worth the $40 that it goes for. Because the thing about this game, right? You essentially only have 3 functioning modes. One mode that no one really dabbles in, another mode that's pretty throwaway after you complete it, and another mode that's very, very oppressing. So this game doesn't really have any features or any things within it that I would say is really outrageously fun. But the only thing that it really has is like campaign, duelist challenges. I'll lump that together as one because that's the offline play. There's online play, and then there's this own secret little game mode of opening random packs and playing, which is kind of fun, I guess, if you just want to just play these games of testing your skill, right? Because I feel like this is what this game mode is, testing your skill. But for the most part, I would definitely recommend you wait for the price to drop for this game, especially if you were an owner of the original Legacy. Yeah, pretty much no. This game, I was wrong in my video prior to this video, saying that it's going to be an update or it could lead to some form of an update. The only version of this game that got an update was the version on the Switch. That version got an update. But for PS4, Xbox, PC, Steam it was a whole separate game. So all of the content that you had to do originally, you have to do all that all over again, aka story mode. If you did had the original Legacy, all the content you have to do it all over, which sucks. And there's not much new to this version of the game compared to the original version as well. So that's another thing that's another pill you have to swallow. This game, to me, like if you can get this game for maybe $20, $25 maybe, like this game is definitely a $20-$25 game. I would definitely say that. So yeah. Next question I frequently get asked: what decks am I making? What decks should I make, right? Similar to the last question about how to handle story mode, people ask me regularly like, what decks do I make, or what decks am I interested in making, right? So that's the thing about me. I really don't. There's only 2 reasons I would make a deck: if I like the character in the series, or do I think the deck archetype looks cool? Because I do like playing cool things. I will never, ever play a deck because it's meta or it's powerful or it's strong. I don't care for those things. So the way how I make my decks is I just need to like the character or think the archetype is cool in some way for me to play the deck. So right now, Fluffles is being worked on. Right now, this is not even the main deck at all. A lot of cards needs to be removed. I already have my Blackwings deck because if you guys know me even a little bit or have been watching the channel for a little bit, you know that Blackwings is my all-time favorite archetype. So this is the first deck I tried my best to make. Also, there will be videos coming out on version 3 because if you guys know me, there's been a lot of versions of this deck out. So this is going to be my version 3 build. If you guys want to pause the video just to take a look at it, you guys can. But this is the build that I'm running, and I'm also still making improvements to make it faster, stronger, and more aggressive. Also, the extra deck needs a lot of work as well. Next thing is DDDs. DDDs has definitely been giving me the hardest time only because I'm still trying to work out a decent play for the deck. And I'm also trying to solidify like a decent board for the deck as well. But DDDs version 3 coming soon. Elemental Hero version 3 as well, because this is basically similar to like the mass deck. I said the mass deck. The Mask Hero deck that I've had in the original Legacy just a while back. So this is supposed to be its new variant of it. And I'm still working on the deck, still doing my research, still seeing some utilities and other plays that other players has been using for Elemental Heroes. So this is going to be worked on. When I first played the game, these were just decks I was thinking about making, but they're really hit miss. The only one that's surefire that I'm going to make is Gimmick Puppets, because I already have a deck build in the works. I just need to play test it a little bit more, see if it has any really, really strong shortcomings, and see what else I can add to the deck to make it a little bit more powerful. Also, I do not have every single card in the game, so I'm still farming for cards as well. So Gimmick Puppets is another deck I'm going to be working on. I was also going to work on a Mayakashi deck. That's something in the works. Yang Zings is also in the works. Tunes in the works. Noble Knights is almost complete. I just have to test the deck. It's not a very strong deck, even in this game, in this format with support. But the deck itself is pretty fun to use, and I do like the art style of some of these Noble Knights. Like, they do look very, very sick. So, and also, it's a deck I've never really played before, but I definitely do want to try out in this game, because there's, cooler cards, there's cooler utility that you can utilize with the deck, so I definitely wanted to try it. A vampire-oriented deck, I'm still working and testing out that. A red dragon deck, I really want to do that. Like, me and my friend Street King, or I want to say, like, he's the one that inspired me, him and Yusei. Yusei don't pop up in my streams no more, but he's definitely a stream goer. Pretty much, like, he's the reason why I even got into, like, red dragons. And then I think Street King is probably one of the people I personally know that utilizes the deck very strongly, and he was the reason why I even wanted to make one, or consider making a very strong competitive one. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And these right here, if you guys want to see the deck that I had to struggle through story mode with, here's the final version after just opening a couple of packs and dueling different people. This is the version of the deck that I was able to make, and it got me through most of my struggle situations. So yeah. So what else? And this is my cheating Exodia deck. The extra deck is complete fluff. It does it does literally nothing. And then it's all just draw power, a couple of Sangans if I get the opportunity to utilize that. Most of the times I just use Sangan for like Alert Darkness, Banish, just discard card. And also I run double pieces of each Exodia, just in case if I accidentally Pot of Desires a piece, I have another piece that can compensate it. So yeah, those are the decks I'm making right now. More decks to come, more completed builds on its way. Alright, so the next question that I get sometimes is just like, how's the online of the game? Like, how is it? Like, is it crazy? Is it oppressing? Do everybody play meta? Is everybody still running like low tier decks? Like, how competitive is this game? Could you even play competitively? And right now, if I was to give you like a state of online, it's very broken. Online right now is very, very broken. Most people boost, so like right now rank accuracy isn't there, only because the way how they done it now compared to the original Legacy is that your wins pretty much is calculated and not the amount of points that you accumulate per match. So, which is a good thing, because for some reason in the last Legacy, points wasn't accumulated properly, or points just stopped being accumulated. So what ended up happening was just that a lot of the points that me, myself, and some other people that were trying to just, farm, or not, let's not say farm, because farm, no. Other people that was just trying to climb the leaderboards online, we couldn't, because we weren't getting the accurate amount of points, or we weren't getting points at all to climb the leaderboard. So yeah, but this one, people are definitely farming with their friends. Like, people would just duel their friends, or in this case, I want to say this person is 100% just hacking the game at this point. Like, 65,000 wins is a lot. So just to get at this point in time with the game's release, no, like, not at all. Like, me and my friend Street King kind of agreed that, technically speaking, we would kind of say that the ranking kind of starts around here. Like around here. Like, this section right here, I would say, like, this is definitely where ranking starts. Because, like, the wins are kind of believable from, I want to say, rank 17 to downwards. Everything up here kind of just seems a little bit far-fetched when it comes to just the amount of wins that they have. Maybe they have accumulated this amount of wins, I don't know. But that's definitely been the talk of the community. Just people boosting. And people just farming with friends, or just dueling against their friends online. So I'm not the morality police. I'm not here to say whether that's right or wrong. It is what it is. But that's just kind of the situation that you're dealing with online. If you ever were the type of person to want to climb the leaderboard, that's kind of what you have to deal with, I guess. Oh, and also if you guys are curious about my rank, I'm not that high up in the leaderboards right now either. Like right now, I'm rocking like a good 20 wins. I don't play online all that aggressively. I'm more or less trying to build decks more than trying to get my rank up online. That's just how I am anyway right now. But yeah, so yeah, that's. Am I missing any questions? I'm just going to leave it right there. I hope you guys enjoyed this, I guess, version of Help Desk. And I hope I'm able to, or I did help you guys as much as I possibly can with the questions that you guys did have when it comes to YouTube comments and the questions that you might have had. If you guys have any more questions, I'll definitely do another episode of Help Desk for Yu-Gi-Oh! Different video. So just leave your questions down below and I'll be happy to answer anything and everything. Also, if you guys want to duel or have duels in matches and be showcased on the channel itself, leave your PSN or your Switch information. That's where I have, or that's where I played the most Yu-Gi-Oh! On Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4. So leave your friend code in the comment section down below, or leave your PSN in the comment section down below, because I will be happy to take your matches, and then I'll just post them on the channel. So yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate it. All you guys, please stay safe. Please be good. Make sure to spend as much time with your families and loved ones as much as you can. Also, make sure you do, keep your head up during these times. And, I'll catch you guys later. I hope you guys appreciated the video. Peace.